So today I was thinking about discipline, and I've been thinking about discipline a lot because it's been like the theme of my life for a few years. It's something that the Most High has been trying to build in me for a long time, and I resisted it. Just being, I mean, it really was just lazy, just being lazy. But I'm for it now. But I was thinking about discipline. I was thinking about how when you lack discipline, if you're a creative person, you will live on the edge of insanity, and your life will always just be like a wreck. You know, a lot going on, a lot of confusion. Maybe some things not working the way that you would have it to work. So the scripture that came to mind was from Proverbs 24 or 25, and that is, "He that hath no rule over his spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." Now I'm so glad that came to my spirit, because I thought I knew what that said. I thought that it just said is like a city that is without walls. I skipped the broken down part, and I just got revelation on that part, the broken down part. So, you know, at first when I would hear this, I would just imagine like a city that is operable, a good city. It doesn't have walls, and I'm just thinking, oh, people can come in, thieves can come in, robbers, you know, people that don't mean well can come in and out as they please and do whatever it is that they want. But I skipped the part that says that is broken down. Broken down. So when I think about a city that is broken down, so what makes up a city? You need infrastructure, government. So you have to have order. There has to be some kind of system of justice. You need transportation. You need commerce, housing. So these things that make up a city, if the city is broken down, that means that it's not operable. That means that if you go to a city that has no government, and you can't get justice, or there will be no order, or if something happens, you can't rely on the system in that city to maintain justice, to maintain order, to maintain safety and protection. You can't rely on that because it's broken down. Transportation. If a city is broken down and has no transportation, you can't get around. You can't just know that you'll be able to get on a bus or a train or take a taxi or Uber or anything. Even the roads, you don't know that you can just go from here to there, no questions asked. You may set out to go somewhere, but you may be very late. Like, for example, I'm from Detroit. Like, I remember when I was like growing up in probably really most of my school, most of my years in school, the bus system was not reliable. So it was completely normal to be on a bus stop and have a bus not come for a full hour, or just never come. It was also completely normal to have your bus finally come, and you're happy that your bus is finally there, only to see that at the top the sign says out of order, and then they pass you up. I mean, it could be cold, snow, anything. They pass you up and you're like, what? You have to stay there again. So just to have a place where transportation is not reliable, that's like not good. So that means if I have a job, if I'm going to school, if I have somewhere to go, if I have an emergency, I cannot rely on the city's transportation to get me where I'm going. Or if there's a situation with the roads, or the roads are unkept, if the roads are broken down, I cannot rely on the roads to allow me passage to get where I'm going. I might go where I'm going, and I find out that it's actually a detour. That's another thing. You ever lived in a city and they have like cones and barrels up for like a year or two, and you know that it only takes me 15 minutes to get where I'm going, but maybe it takes you 35 minutes to get there because you got to go all these different ways. So I'm just really imagining what it means to be a broken down city. So if I relate that to my spirit, if you relate that to your spirit, to be a broken down city means that you don't have order, which is discipline. You know, you don't have a system that you abide by. There's no consistency. When it comes to ideas, when it comes to your work or the things that you're supposed to do, walking in purpose, if you don't have any discipline, you don't have any consistency, you don't have a value system, you don't have any character like endurance, and you don't know how to press harder, you don't know how to try again, get back up, and remain positive. You don't know how to rule your thoughts. You're like a city that is broken down and with no walls. So if you're already broken down, that means you have no order already. You're already not operable just in yourself. And then you have no walls on top of that. That means besides the chaos that's going on in your soul, that means that other things are coming in, other people, other entities, other spirits, other ideas are coming in and out of your spirit, influencing the way that you think, the way that you move, the things that you do, the things that you don't do. And so if that is how you're living, there's no way possible that the Most High can ever elevate you, because the thing that he wants to give you, you won't even be able to execute it in a city that is broken down and with no walls. So the only solution to that is discipline in your spirit. And listen, don't be so quick to think that you have discipline, because you don't know how much discipline you truly have until the way that you move and the things that you do is completely in your hands. Because just because you get up and do what somebody else tells you to do, or expects you to do, or wants you to do, that doesn't mean that you're disciplined. Because when you take away pleasing man, and when you take away punishments, and you take away incentives, what's left? Why are you doing what you're doing? You should be doing everything that you're doing because you're living for the Most High. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it because you know that this is what I'm supposed to do, and it benefits me. And if I am benefited, and my spirit is ruled well, and I'm doing well, and I'm building myself up, that means that I'm being a good servant unto him. So really and truly, that is the measure of what true discipline is. Who are you doing it for? Because if you're doing it for man, other people, that can change in an instant. The moment that they change, the moment that anything shifts, you'll see how truly disciplined you are. But if you're only doing it because it's what's best for you and your spirit, and you're doing it because you know that your body is a temple to the Most High, then you'll know that you're truly disciplined, and anything that he puts in your hands will flourish, because you already have a system of consistency, you already have values, you already have that discipline. And that's what discipline really is.